be exploring ChatGPT, which has made waves in various fields, from generating text to creative writing. ChatGPT has proven to be a versatile tool.
Absolutely, Deep. And all of those who are watching today, let me tell you something that we are not going to get into the nitty gritties of ChatGPT because that is something that we've already done in our previous webinar. We will be pinning the link for that webinar in the comments section. So make sure that you go ahead and check that video as well. It will be available for you and it will give you a more in-depth understanding of how to create your prompts, of how you can use ChatGPT for multiple use cases. But for today, we'll be looking into how to use these prompts more effectively. We'll be integrating ChatGPT with Excel for enhanced productivity, and even diving into the world of app scripts and macros, which I personally find very complicated.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we'll walk you through the basics of ChatGPT along with quick skim through of prompting. And then the highlight of today's session, which is how to best leverage Excel using ChatGPT. Plus, we'll also understand how other AI platforms such as Gemini and Copilot compare with ChatGPT.
And definitely, when it comes to Excel integration, we have a special guest here joining us in some time. Prakul, who is an expert in Excel, will be sharing some insights on how to seamlessly integrate ChatGPT with Excel, which can totally elevate your experience. It can help you make your Excel spreadsheet tasks smarter and more efficient and save a lot of your time.
Definitely. So buckle up, everyone. Get ready for an informative and interactive session, whether you are a newbie or an expert. We guarantee you will walk away with valuable insights and practical tips to elevate your productivity using ChatGPT.
Absolutely. And please do not hesitate to ask questions along the way. We are here to make sure that you get most out of this webinar. So without further ado, let's dive in. So I think Deep, you can start with your bit on how to, create prompts.
Sure, Jatin. So yes, we'll start with prompting. Now, as Jatin has already mentioned, if you want to get into, the nitty-gritties of it, we'll be, putting down the link on our description and also on the chat section wherein you can go and, take a deep dive on this topic, be it prompting or other use cases of ChatGPT, which we have already covered in our last webinar. Now, today I'll just give you a quick skim through of what is prompting and why it is important as such, right? So, to understand prompting, prompting is nothing but an input that you give to ChatGPT or any AI tool for that matter, which guide that tool in generating the perfect answer or the perfect solution for you, right? So, it is very important for us to understand some of the elements which make a prompt, the best prompt that there can be. Right. I hope my screen is visible to everyone. I have a small example for you guys so that, it makes you guys understand what I'm explaining here. So, a prompt is compiled with couple of elements. Now, these couple of important elements are the context of the prompt, the task that you're assigning your, tool, and also, if you want, you can add an example to it or maybe add persona. And another important element is the tonality that you want your answer to have. So I'll start with the very basic example that I have, email writing that I think most of us use ChatGPT for. But then, so to begin with, I gave a very vague, prompt to ChatGPT. As you can see, I just asked ChatGPT to write an email to request leave. Now, as you all know, this is a very vague prompt, and this is not at all a great prompt for ChatGPT to give me a nice answer. But then still it tried, and you can see there are multiple, placeholder that I need to fill in later on, which is not the ideal way of using any chat tool, right?
Uh,
So,
Deep, I'm really sorry to stop you there. I think
no
your
problem.
screen is actually not visible.
Oh, is it? Okay, let me
Yeah.
just check.
Yeah, I think
Uh,
it's not. Yeah. You can
is
get
it?
started.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for that, Jatin. So yes, as I was saying, I gave ChatGPT a quick prompt of write an email to request leave. As you can see, it's not a great prompt, so that's why it has given me a lot of placeholder, not an ideal situation. Now, what I did later on, I refined it and I add the elements that I was talking about, So I gave it a task, which is write an email. Now I gave it a context to Prakul requesting a casual leave from April 15 to April 16 as I have to attend a family function. Now this is the context, right? Now I can add a tonality as well, make it sound formal, right? Now it has given me a well structured email which I can directly use from here, or I can change it accordingly as well, right? There is another part of prompting which is called as conversational prompting, wherein you can re-refine your answer by having a small conversation with your chatbot. So what I did later on is make it concise and to the point. So as you can see, it has given me a very crisp email which just says request for casual leave from April 15 to 16, and this is the email body. So yeah, these are some of the tips that you can use to write a better prompt for ChatGPT or any other tool that you're using. So I think that's it from my side. I will, provide the baton to Prakul so he can, highlight or enlighten us with our today's main star of the event, which is Excel, how to best leverage Excel using ChatGPT. So all over to you, Prakul.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes,
Yeah,
Prabhu.
yeah. Thank you, Deep and Jatin, for giving such a wonderful introduction to ChatGPT and how to write prompt. I think writing prompt, or I must say prompt engineering, is a crucial understanding that one needs to have while dealing with ChatGPT or any other AI tool right now available in the market. And before I start off with the session, I would like to quickly tell you something about me. I have been in the data domain for multiple years right now. On a daily basis, I used to deal with data management, data cleaning, data processing, data migration, whatnot. And that's the reason why I have an extensive knowledge of Excel, macros, Google Sheets, app scripts, advanced functions, pivot tables, and all the things that you can do with Excel or Google Sheets. And I still remember I used to do a lot of learning, a lot of upskilling sessions. I spent a lot of hours just to write simple query on AppScript or macros. But now everything seems so easy with the help of ChatGPT. You just have to write correct prompt and you can get your stuff done very easily. So without wasting any more time, let me take you through a couple of the examples that I have curated just for the audience here so that I can explain the power of ChatGPT. Herein, I will majorly showcase how we can create advanced functions, how we can create pivot tables, how we can do app scripting, how we can automate mails, yeah, etc., etc. And yeah, let me take you through the first example. First, let me share my screen. Jatin, is my screen visible right now?
Uh, it
Can you
is
just
visible.
confirm?
Yes, absolutely. It's visible right now. Meanwhile, before Prabhu starts with his session, let me just quickly again announce that uh, everyone who is watching this right now live, feel free to drop in your questions. We'll take a look at them at the end of the webinar, and we will address all of them. So, yeah, I think Prabhu, you're good to go now.
Okay, so I'll start off with the first example. In this example, I am doing data extraction. A lot of time when we are doing web scraping or data extraction, the entire data is compressed in a single cell, just the way it is done here. You can see the first name, last name, email ID, phone number, country code, everything is compressed in a single cell. And what I want right now is a split of all the information in various columns. Like if you want first name, second name, email ID, phone number separately in different columns, then we can, if I earlier, like 2 days, 2 years back, if I was doing this, I would spend hours or probably easily 30, 40 minutes just to think and create complex functions just to extract this information. But right now, what I'll do, I'll quickly go to ChatGPT. I'll write a simple prompt. I have defined here that I need first name, last name, phone number, country code separately in different columns. I've also informed ChatGPT that this is the format in which my data will be there. As soon as you hit this send button, ChatGPT will give you all the codes here and you don't have to do anything. You just have to click on the copy code. Okay, paste it here. See, first name is flowing, then copy, paste, second name, copy, paste. You have your phone number here. Copy, paste. You have your country ID here. Now select all the four cells, drag it down. See, all your information is now flowing very cleanly in separate columns, and now you can do any data analytics around it. So, this is a very quick way to understand how informative ChatGPT is. And if you look at the functions here, this is a complex one. If you wanted to, do this by yourself, maybe you would have easily taken 5-10 minutes or maybe more than that. So yeah, this is the first example. Now let's move on to the next example. Yeah. So this is the next example. Herein, I want to create an EMI calculator. Just imagine if you are in a financial institution or in a bank on a daily basis, you have to manually calculate EMI. It would feel very tedious process. So how do we, get past it? You can directly create an automation using app script that can automatically calculate EMI directly here. So how will you do it? You will go to ChatGPT and you will give a very simple prompt that help me create an app script that calculates EMI when my principal amount, the rate of interest, loan tenure, everything is mentioned here as per the data mentioned in the sheet. And I want my display to be there in D2 cell. So as soon as you hit the send button, ChatGPT will help you out with the code. This is an app script code. Again, you don't have to do anything at all. You just have to click on the copy code, copy the entire code here. Let's go back to our original sheet. Click on the extension button and open the app script page. This app script page usually takes 2 to 3 seconds to load. Should load. Sometimes they yeah, see it's here. Let's paste the entire code that we have got from ChatGPT. The first step is always to save your code. So once this is saved, just select the entire code and hit the run button. So since we are doing this for the first time, it may ask for permission. Usually this happens with the app script code. Yeah, see, this is asking for permission. Do not hesitate, give all the permission. Click on your email ID, allow it to access your data. Keep clicking on. Now this should execute the query here. See, execution is done. And if you go back, your EMI is directly calculated here. See, it has become so easy to do complex calculation using Excel. Now, why I have refreshed this particular page is because if we go back and see my query or see my prompt, I have additionally written that create a custom button on the upper ribbon that directly executes this app script. So you don't need to go to app script page and every time select that entire code and hit the run button. What you can do, if you ever change any data here, change it, go to this button, click, and it will automatically run the entire script and we have a freshly calculated EM. See, it becomes so easy. You
Prakul,
just have, yeah.
just sorry to interrupt you for 2 seconds. Can you zoom in into your spreadsheet a little
Okay,
bit?
sure. Is this better?
Uh, yeah, that's right.
Okay, cool. I'll make sure that I zoom in all my spreadsheets. Okay, so yeah, so that was about this particular complex calculation that I just automated using app script that was created by ChatGPT. Yeah. So now, yeah, this is the end of example number 2. Let's move on to example number 3. And this is related to email automation. Let me first zoom in a bit. So a lot of time you have a situation wherein you want to send emails to a long list of candidates. You have email IDs, different subject lines, different mail body, and you have to send everything at once. How do you do it? I remember when I was like 3, 4 years back, I was in my organization, and this was a very big project for me. And but now everything can be done very easily just by giving a correct prompt to ChatGPT. What I'll do, I'll go to ChatGPT. I'll give a very simple prompt. It says, help me create an app script that sends emails automatically to all my addresses mentioned in column A. I'll define where my email ID, where my subject is, and where my mail body is. And yeah, so once you hit the send button, ChatGPT will help you with the code. Again, you don't need to do anything extraordinary here. Just copy the code, go back to your Excel Google Sheet. Again, hit this extension button, go to the app script page. Yeah, it will take a couple of seconds to load. Yeah, app script page is a bit heavy. Sometimes take time. Yeah, it's here. So again, just copy paste the entire code here. The first step is always to save your script. Now, yeah, there are two ways. Either select everything and hit the run button, let it execute the entire query. See, I'm doing it for the first time, so it is asking for permission. I'll quickly give all the permission. The first one would be to access books, access my email ID, because using my email ID, it will be sending emails. Allow. Okay, it should get executed now. Yeah, authorization is done. Now it will start executing my query. So see, all my execution, the query is executed now. And if I go back, since, yeah, since I've kept my email ID as the recipient mail, if I go to my email mailbox, I should, yeah, see the test mail is here already. And Jatin, if you check your email box, you will also have, you must have also received a test mail. Yeah,
Let me. Yes.
yeah. See, so email automation used to be a very big thing back in the days, but not now. You can do it very quickly using ChatGPT. This is something anyone can do right now without knowing or spending time on building app script or doing automation learning. You don't need anything. You just need to know how to write correct prompts in ChatGPT. So yeah, that's about it for the Thursday example. Now I want you all to take you to the fourth example. Yeah. So this example is majorly related to creating pivot tables, charts on a larger data set. So we have a data set in front of me. This data set has this data set is basically related to leaves data of an organization. So if you see, column A has the employee name, B is the type of leaves that each employee is taking, and this is the start date of the leave to end date of the leave, and this is the month on which it is taken, and total number of days wherein the leaves were taken. So if I want to do any analysis around this particular data set, I would definitely need to know how to create pivot tables. So what I'll do, again, I'll go to ChatGPT. I'll quickly give, wait a second. Yeah, I'll quickly give a simple prompt. I have defined all my columns, what each column means here. And I have asked ChatGPT to help me create a pivot table where I can see total leaves taken in each month. So this is a very simple pivot table that I want, wherein month-wise distribution of total leaves will be visible. And then I need a chart created from this particular table. And then I need another pivot table, which additionally adds bifurcation of leaf types. So I've given a very simple prompt here. As soon as you hit the send button, ChatGPT will give you a very simple instruction. You just have to follow them one by one. Yeah, I'll go back to my sheet. I'll follow each of those instructions. Since I already know all those instructions, I have gone through it. I'll just do them one by one. First of all, I will select my entire data. I'll go to insert and click on the pivot table. I'll create a new sheet And if I go back to the chat GPT, it has mentioned that in the rows column, I have to add month, and in the values, I have to add total number of days. These are very simple instruction, very specifically mentioned in the chat GPT output. So this is the first table that I created. And then I want to have a chart around it. So I'll just select the entire data. Again, everything, all of these instruction is mentioned in the chat GPT box. And I will,
Prabhu,
yeah.
please. Can you zoom in once more? Once again?
Oh, my bad. Really sorry.
No problem.
Yeah. See. So yeah, so this is the table and I want to create a chart out of it. So I'll select the entire data range. I will insert chart here. See, I have a chart here. And if you want, you can change the chart type, any bar graph, pie chart, whatever you want. So right now I'll just keep the default one. And yeah, so I've also asked for one more pivot table. And as per ChatGPT, I have to go back, select the entire data range, and again insert a pivot table. Okay, I have to insert it in the existing sheet because all my calculations are being done there. I'll click OK, create one more pivot table. I'll follow the same instruction. I'll add month here. I'll add total number of days here. And since I want to add that information of type of leaves, I'll add it here in my columns. Yeah. So see, we have bifurcation of all my leaves here. Yeah. And if I just give a background color here, this looks neat. And I can add a slicer here just to give a cool look. What I'll do, I'll go to data, I'll add slicer, I'll select my data range, and I'll add month. So now this is a quick dashboard that I've created. 90% of the information is flowing from ChatGPT. I think I have additionally added a slicer here with my own personal information. But apart from it, everything is flowing from ChatGPT. I haven't done anything new here. So, you can deselect any month. Your entire data range will change here. So this is a quick dashboarding that you can do with the help of ChatGPT. Yeah. So this is the end of the fourth example. Now I will move on to Microsoft Excel. Let me open this Excel worksheet. So what I want to explain is that you can actually integrate ChatGPT with your Excel workbook. Yeah. So what you need to do is you need to go to add-ins. You need to click here. You need to search ChatGPT for Excel. Since I've already done it and I've clicked on the add button, it's already there on my sheet. And once this particular add-in is activated, you will start seeing multiple AI prompts, see AI functions available in your worksheet. So right now I have functions like AI.ask, AI.extract, AI.fill, AI.format, so many of them. But I feel that few of them are very important to the work that we do on a regular basis. And I'll quickly take you through all of them. So let's first do AI.ask. AI.ask is very similar to the prompt that you regularly feed in ChatGPT. So while working in your Excel, you don't feel like going to ChatGPT and giving prompts there and copy pasting. So instead of that, what you can do, you can just simply type this function AI.ask. This is the prompt that I want to send. See, it's calculating. Now it has pulled the entire information that ChatGPT would have provided if you have done it on the ChatGPT platform. So yeah, you can get the result of your prompt directly here. Now moving to the next function, this is AI.extract. You can correlate it with the very first example that I gave, that a lot of time when you web scrape data, entire information is compressed in one single cell. So in this one single cell, I have this entire data compressed. I have my name here, my email ID, my phone number. Even if you look at the email ID, it is not in a proper format. So what I can do, or what I will do, is I will give a command to the Excel and try to extract the information like email and phone. So what I'll do, I will just write AI dot extract. Yeah. The first one is the selection that you need to make for the data set from where you need to extract. Yeah. And now you have to select what do you want to extract. I want to extract email information from my original data set. So it's calculating. See, it has extracted procul.wishup.pro even when it's not explicitly written here. So this is the power of ChatGPT. It has read the entire data. It has, used that language learning model, and it has given out the extract. Now, similarly, you can do it for phone as well. Yeah. What I'll do, I'll just write AI.extract. This is my original value, and I want to extract phone number. I'll hit the send button. Now I have my phone number here as well. So you can do with all the info, whatever information that you want to extract, you can use this function AI.extract. Now, we have this another example for the function AI.fill. AI.fill is usually used in cases where you have a lot of empty data set, or you want to fill a data set, as per the requirement. So in this case, I have three columns, one for country, one for continent, and one for currency. So what I'll do, I'll first give an example. So first line is the example. I will feed this example to ChatGPT and tell that this is, using this example, you have to give me the output, and then I'll add the column for which I need the output. I'll just close it. This is calculating, and now see, we have the entire empty cells now filled with the information that we were looking for. See, the continent is correctly flowing, the currency is correctly flowing, everything is fetched from internet. ChatGPT is using its learning model and fetching us the data. So yeah, that's very useful function that you can use in your Excel directly. Now, coming to one more function that is already integrated here using this add-in is AI.translate. A lot of times, you're working or you're handling data for your international clients. So maybe if you are interacting with that client, you're doing it in a different language, or probably you have got a PDF file where a different language is used. So and you want to translate it. So what you will do, you'll copy paste that entire data here in a cell. You will use this function AI.translate. Yeah. First, you will feed the value or select the value for which you want to translate, and then you will feed or select the language in which you want your output to be translated. Right now, I want Japanese translated version of this mail. I will just use close the box, hit the send button. ChatGPT is calculating. See, everything is now calculated here. I can even, what I can do, instead of this, I can write Hindi. I let it calculate. See, hi Andy, ये सूचित करने के लिए है कि कल से मैं कुछ. See, it's so simple. You just have to give the language and it will translate it for you. So yeah, that's about the advanced Excel functions or Excel skill that I wanted all of you to know can be gained via ChatGPT and integration of ChatGPT and by giving simple prompts. These were very specifically curated examples which can turn out to be very valuable to you in your day-to-day activity. But these are not just the limitation. Please feel free to use ChatGPT wherever you are stuck in terms of Excel or Google Sheets. If you feel something can be done, it can be done. You just have to go find it on ChatGPT. It'll help you do it. So that's how Google Sheet and Excel is created. Yeah, that's about the session that I wanted to give, and now I'll give back the baton back to Jatin. Jatin,
Yeah, absolutely. I'm here. Uh, Thank you so much, Prakul, for your valuable insight. So now what we'll do is let's quickly compare the three giants of generative AI. Now, there are going to be a lot of people who will probably not know what is generative AI. So generative AI, also abbreviated as generative artificial intelligence, it's a category of AI systems that are created to produce new and original content. So this content can be in images, it could be in text, it could be in audio. So yeah, that's basically what generative AI is.
Also, Jatin, I think let's start with what exactly is the purpose of ChatGPT.
Sure. So the ChatGPT is specifically fine-tuned for conversational purposes. It's designed to understand and generate human-like text-based, on the input that it receives, on the prompt that it receives. Uh, so it's the pioneer generative AI, which sort of paved the way to other generative AI tools such as Bard, which is now called as Gemini. Uh, and to talk about ChatGPT, among the countless examples, and multiple use cases that it takes care of, it can write debug programs, it can write fairy tales, it can write student essays, it can answer test questions. My God, we've heard a lot about those on LinkedIn and a lot of social media platforms, where how efficiently it attempted UPSC examination. There was a whole scene about that as well.
Absolutely.
But there's a limitation, with ChatGPT as well, which is uh, that it doesn't really have the latest data, but that has been, uh, sort of compensated by the paid version of ChatGPT, which has web plugins and everything through which they can get the latest information. Uh, it includes unlimited prompts for free, but ironically, the paid version it has a limitation of 25 prompts only for 3 hours, which is the GPT 4.0. But from my experience, and I think I speak for all of us here, in our collective experience, no one can touch Chat GPT when it comes to general administrative work like research, understanding various concepts, email writing, and creative writing. Email writing is by far the best use case I have seen of Chat GPT, and other AI platforms like Gemini and Copilot, they just don't fare that well.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. Even I'm using ChatGPT for email writing. So yeah. And apart from that, also what about Bard? Like, is it different from ChatGPT? I mean, or what exactly is there?
Okay, so Bard basically, as it's known for all of us today, which is Gemini, it's essentially Google's answer to ChatGPT. It's trained on a data set which emphasizes more on literary works. Anything which is written, anything which is more creative, very artistic, right? Which is why the best thing about Gemini is that it gives you multiple drafts as answers to your prompt. So when you put in a certain prompt and request for some sort of output from Gemini, it doesn't just give you one answer, it gives you multiple drafts, which you can take a look at and consider one of those as your answer, best depending on your requirement or your situation. Additionally, Gemini has no limits on the prompt, so you can completely interact with it for the entire night and just go on and have that conversation. uh, Gemini also specializes in accurate and concise text summarization, so I think that's its best use case in my opinion. For example, students who are working on research papers or professionals uh, who want to condense complex reports, they can benefit from Gemini's precise topic detection and summary generation capability. Yeah.
Great. And let's also cover another tool, which is Copilot. Like, how does it fit into the picture?
So Copilot, which is developed by GitHub in collaboration with AI, it's another variant of GPT. And a lesser known fact to a lot of people is that the language model that ChatGPT was built on is the same language model which is used to build Microsoft Copilot as well. So Microsoft Copilot was earlier known as Bing Chat to all those people who are still uh, using Edge browser. I'm sure for some months they did see this feature out there. They did try that Bing Chat, and I'm sure they must be very fascinated by that. But now it's been replaced by Microsoft Copilot. Even Microsoft Copilot has multiple functionalities uh, through Copilot Creative. So if you look at Copilot, you will find that there are three options: one which is balanced, one which is creative, one which is you know. So through Copilot Creative, you can generate quality creatives due to its tie-up with DALI. To those people who do not know what is DALI, DALI will help you create very graphical images and everything just through one small prompt that you would provide to that platform. The best part about Copilot is that it has a very simple user interface, and the quality of the responses that is given is much more trustworthy. Uh, so that is what makes me feel. That is why I personally feel that Copilot is more useful for extensive research and coding. Additional benefit of using Copilot or Gemini over ChatGPT is that both of these two platforms that I just mentioned, Gemini and Copilot, they will give you bibliography, they will give you references, which help you understand what was the original source of information. So you can verify that by going to that source, by checking that website or whichever other information that is out there, and then verify it for yourself and then produce your output.
I mean, that's great, Jatin. And also, it's incredible to see how these variations of GPT are tailored for different domains and tasks.
Absolutely. So to conclude, again, let me just give you like a big picture here. So ChatGPT is unbeatable in its general admin tasks and email writing specifically. Bard or Gemini, it specializes in creative and summary writing, in my opinion, uh, with multiple drafts as well at your disposal to pick from. And last but not the least, Microsoft Copilot, I think it's a better option for extensive research and coding.
Great. So I think without further ado, let's directly dive into our question and answer session.
Yeah,
Um,
Deep, just before we take on the Q&A, I just have two words for everyone.
yeah,
Since ChatGPT is a model, the free version of ChatGPT is 3.5 and it's based on the information till to 2021. Yeah, isn't it, guys? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
So a lot of time when you are asking ChatGPT to create macros or app script or probably some information, it might give you old syntaxes. So this has happened very rarely, but it has happened with me. So what I usually do, if my particular code or function is not working, I assume that syntax has changed very recently in the last 1 year or 1.5 years. So what I do, I go back and do give the same prompt to Bard. And Bard will give me the latest version of the syntax, and that usually solves my problem. So yeah, guys, if you ever face this situation, this will happen very rarely, probably 5% of the time. Yeah. And but then in that case, you have a way around. Just go to Bard, give the same prompt, and Bard will give you the correct output. Also, one more thing, I think this was a question I will quickly take before Deep and Jatin can start with the Q&A. A lot of people were asking, are the functions same for Google Sheets and uh, Excel? No, guys, the functions are not same. A lot of time they vary. A lot of time they might seem to be very similar, but they are not. There are chances it can be same. Like as simple as VLOOKUP. VLOOKUp can work very similarly in both the software, but there are multiple functions which will not work very similarly. So whenever you are giving a prompt and you are working on a particular Google Sheet or Microsoft Excel, please do define in that prompt that right now I'm working on Google Sheet or right now I'm working on Microsoft and help me with this particular function. So once you define that particular information, Chat ChatGPT will give you the specific output that will help you. Yeah. And just the way, also one more information, guys. Just the way I was creating those app script, and my entire session was focused on Google Sheets. Why I did that? Because Google Sheet is on cloud, and a lot of people are right now using Google Sheets. But very similarly, you can give the prompt to ChatGPT saying that I want to create a macro to automate all my automate sending emails or automatically calculate EMI, and ChatGPT will give you that macro. So it's a very similar thing that you need to do just by changing few words in your prompt. Yeah, that's the information I wanted to share with the audience. Deep and Jatin, please take over.
True, true, true.
Sure.
I just wanted to have a quick correction here. So we said that ChatGPT is up to date till 2021. I mean, the new update that has come in, it is updated till January 2022.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
earlier
good.
it was September 2021, but now
Yep.
it's January 2022. So yeah. Okay. So do we have questions from you guys? If you have any question, please shoot it now. This is your time.
Jatin, do we have any specific questions that we should answer here?
We do have one interesting question, which I think
Mhm.
all of us can answer in our personal capacity, which says, why use one AI when you have multiple of them?
That's actually
Very
so
valid.
true. That is true. I mean, according to me, ChatGPT, when ChatGPT came, it it is something that has now become a synonym of AI. I mean, AI was there, but then ChatGPT's promotion, or maybe its adaptability was as such that everyone started using it. So it is equivalent to the example of Google. You know how people are using Google instead of their like multiple browser. I mean,
Search
search,
platforms.
yeah, search engine platform which you can use. But it's just the usability of ChatGPT that we all, I mean, maybe prefer ChatGPT over other tools. But then yes, the question is valid. You can definitely tailor your usage based on what exactly you are looking for. As Jatin mentioned, different tool have different capacities, capabilities. So yeah.
And just the way I was telling earlier, a lot of times syntaxes, you can face issues with your syntaxes in ChatGPT, and in those cases, I prefer using Bard. So, there can be few instances where you don't get 100% accurate result from ChatGPT. In that cases, you can definitely use other AI tools. And I feel ChatGPT has an edge. That's because it has the first mover advantage. It's the first engine or first learning model that was made available to the people. Right now, this entire AI movement is happening because of ChatGPT. So probably all of us have inclination towards learning ChatGPT. But there is no hard and fast rule here. If you want, you can use other AI tools, and I feel a lot of them are equally good as well. It's just that we are more attached towards ChatGPT.
There's one very interesting question now, which says, would you recommend getting ChatGPT Pro?
Hmm.
I think it depends on your usage. Um, I mean, start with 3.5, and if you feel like there is some limitation to your particular usage with 3.5, then definitely move to 4.0.
Yep. So if you are writing some code or if you are dealing with a lot of data, so right now I asked ChatGPT 3.5 to give me functions and directly do calculations. That helped me do calculation. But probably with the ChatGPT 4 or the upgraded version, you can directly upload your data set and get the calculation done. So I think it will all depend upon the use case that you have. Right now, if you can manage your usage with the free version, then please go ahead do it. But if you have heavier work and you want it to be done by ChatGPT, probably you can move on to the paid version. But Initially, I would like everyone to first work upon, get hands-on on ChatGPT 3.5 so that you don't waste your money.
Yeah. There's another interesting question now, which says, would we not be worried about the potential of our colleagues using ChatGPT or Bard not being able to troubleshoot the issues themselves?
I mean,
That's
that's
what
actually
AI does. It gives and it takes away.
it does, but I think somehow it is also related to your efficiency, right? It is making you more efficient. You're able to achieve more in lesser amount of time. That will give you room to achieve more in the same amount of time that you were spending. So, yeah.
So I totally agree with you. I feel it's a tool, and unless you yourself don't know how to use a tool, you will never get the end result. So you need to be smart enough. You need to be, you need to have that hands-on, and then you'll start. You'll be able to increase your efficiency and productivity probably 10 folds or 15 folds very easily using ChatGPT. And if you don't do it and you feel that, I should first do the hands-on myself and do the entire coding or do the entire function myself, maybe, you will lag behind other people. So it's as simple as, keeping contact book. Earlier, we used to keep a contact diary for the phone numbers, but now then came mobile where all the contacts are prefed or you can easily keep it there. A lot of people used to remember contact phone numbers, but now that's not needed because you have everything in your phone. So how do you use your phone? It's up to you. How do I use my learning model ChatGPT? It's up to me. And I definitely feel that it has made our life quite easy. It has made us smart. It has increased our productivity definitely. So in my view, we should definitely start using ChatGPT.
There's one more question, which says, how can I add add-ins to the Excel ribbon? I don't see it in my Excel workbook. So I think probably for that you will need to upgrade the Excel version that you have. If I think you are in like a older version of Excel, I think probably you'll not be able to see those. So
So
check that.
no, so yeah. So if you have the latest Microsoft Excel version, you need to log in into it using your email account. You can do it with the free version as well, and you will get that functionality of adding add-ins, and that's how you do it. So I have used the free version. I haven't paid anything there. So just you need to upgrade your Microsoft Excel work.
Right.
Do we have more questions?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with what you said. So the person who asked about potential of colleagues using ChatGPT and everything, uh, they've followed up with a comment which says, my concern is that it will lead to more people using it as a shortcut without fully understanding the tool, especially in the early stages. There need to be strict guidelines on how employees should be using this. We have one question here which says, can ChatGPT help in creating presentations?
I think
Mm.
ChatGPT 4 can definitely help you with that. And I think we should wait for this particular answer. Let's take up this answer in our follow-up session. So this is just a quick information to everyone. We are planning to have one more session. This will be followed up probably in 10 days or 2 weeks, wherein we'll be talking something on very similar lines. And we'll be taking you through multiple tools wherein you can use AI prompts. They are inbuilt AI prompts. You can create workflows all using prompts. And a very simple one I would mention right here is Canva. Inside Canva, you can give prompt, you can tell Canva AI, and they will help you generate PPTs. So, you know, and very similarly, you can get this information from ChatGPT paid version, but I don't think this can be done by the free version.
Yeah. I mean, free can at least give you the text that you can fill in your slides,
Yeah, but not the design.
the design. But yes, as Prakul said, stay tuned because we are gonna not just, tell you about the chat GPT, but there will be other AI tools that we'll be exploring. So you never know.
Cool. I think that brings us to the end of today's webinar. So thank you everyone who joined from different parts of the world, from different parts of the country. And thank you so much, Deep, and a special thank you to Prabhu for hosting such a wonderful webinar and giving us such beautiful insights of how we can integrate ChatGPT with Excel. Uh, so yeah,
Great.
Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you so much.
see you
Yeah.
guys
Thank you
soon.
so much. See you.
See you. Bye bye.